This video is on coaching defensive team shape. You can use pretty much any formation you want, you just have to adjust it. So there's a number of cones and rings on this field. If you take a look at the rings, the red rings represent the back, either you play a back three or a back four, so that shows a back four. Could be a back three with a winger who drops in the far side, and obviously depending on what side, you would adjust. If the ball's on the left side of the field, you go with the blue rings. On the right side of the field, you go with the red rings. The two lines of 4 cones each, the orange and the yellow, you can number those 1 through 4, call out those. The players have to adjust the position. The 4 color cones at the half field line, you can call out those colors as well. They'd have to adjust those positions. And then you have the orange and the blue cones on the right and the left side, which are deep cones, and the team will adjust accordingly to the deep cones. So in this, the players are adjusting their total team shape depending on the position on the cone or the ring that I call. So in this, you could see, I'll show you, I'm going to call the red ring. So you'll see that in a back three, we're actually playing a back three here. The center backs, the 3 center backs slide into the red rings, and then the midfielder slides into that red ring. We call the blue ring now. So the left midfielder slides into the blue ring the farthest up, and the back 3 slide into those 3 blue rings as the midfield slide in front of them. So now here we call the deep orange cone all the way down. So it's actually a back line of 5, a midfield line of 3, 1 forward will come back and help, and another forward will stay high. Now we're calling the ball all the way over to the yellow cone on the far side at midfield. So the forward will press, 2 midfielders, and the winger presses. And now we'll call on the opposite side. So this is number 2 yellow cone right here. Number 2 yellow. You see that the defensive center mid slides in behind. Now we call it deep line again. They shift all the way down. Back line of 5, midfield line of 3. 1 striker comes in to help from behind, and 1 striker stays up high. As you could say, all I'm doing is calling different locations on the field. I call it by the color, I call it by the cone, I call it by the number, and I call it by the rings. Here I'm pointing to number 2 here, or number 3 on the yellow cone. Midfielders come in, forward. Here you have 2 45-degree angles back from that midfielder. I call the blue cone, which is a deep. So that deep position will be 5 across the back, 3 in the middle. One forward will drop in, other forward will stay high. As the ball gets switched, you see this forward drops in and the other forward here in the blue stays high. The forwards actually cut the field in half. So this is just a type of training you could do in any formation, and this is good for team shape, teaching team shape. Everyone has to stay focused, attention to detail, and you can make whatever adjustments you want to make depending on your game model and your formation.